For me and for a lot of the people I know, our religious and spiritual experiences are the organizing factors in the way that we walk through the world.
Many of us are always searching for meaning and trying to make sense of this world, and 80% of the people in this world align with a faith and find meaning in faith.
So how do we engage people who are in conflict zones and have religious perspectives? How can we engage them in conversation? And how are they themselves engaged in peacemaking and peace building?
I think in our world today, we hear a lot about religious conflict, and I think it's definitely true that religions are in many places intertwined with conflict and implicated in conflict. But I think religions also have a lot of resources that are being used in ways to solve conflict. And I think a lot of those things are going on, and ordinary Americans and ordinary people maybe aren't hearing about those. And so I think by studying them, by bringing them to light, I think it really helps to, both for sort of policymakers and academics and others, just to realize that religion can be a source for building peace around the world is very important.
There's so much more out there, and I think it's so hard to get outside of the kinds of political structures that we've come of age in, we've become habituated to. That having these ancient traditions and newer traditions as well, that have alternatives, that don't take for granted the same things, that's when we actually have some really fertile material to work with.
The peace practice or peace building involves everyone. Everyone in a community is involved. So it's not something that only politicians are working on or only NGOs are working on. Religious communities are involved and can make a huge impact, but not only religious communities, everyone.
Religion is especially important as a vehicle for sustainable peace because that's where people live. They live their religion. Religion is not separable from everyday life. This is a bit of a modern misconception that we have. You can't separate religion from politics on any level. You can't separate religion from your education. You can't separate religion from how you vote. You can't separate religion from what you eat. So obviously religion permeates all of that, and religion already has all of these practices and inroads to peace, not within the community and between communities.
I think bringing people together from different faiths and, not just different faiths, but different disciplines in trying to make the world a better place, it's really crucial in a way that, in the broader society, every single student represents a part of a broader society, and that's reality out there, and we really need to be able to give voice to all the different parts of our communities, or at least have someone represent those voices in discussions about peace or in discussions about how can we live better together as a community. And, it's a good starting place for us to start replicating that in the outside world.
And religions have, over the millennia, developed and perfected the processes by which hearts are turned. And turning hearts, that's what peace is. Peace is a word, but turning a heart is an action.